Everybody, this video is going to be about talking about the Piphany Opportunity and why you want to do that and why you like to do that earlier rather than later. So after you get your store all set, your look of your stuff, your branding, you're starting to potentially start talking to customers, somebody's going to ask you, hey, can you tell me more? The first thing I want to say is until you are comfortable with talking about it by yourself, if you ever want to make a meeting where it would be a Zoom call like we're doing like this. It would be a video of you, me, and the potential prospect. I can talk them through it and of course sign them up with your name, or you could talk them and I could just listen to your spiel and then I can, be there, in case you stumble or, just to kind of hear how it goes. However you want to do it in the beginning, if you want to set up some kind of thing with me, that would be great. One of the things I did early on was I created a website through GoDaddy. It was really cheap. I think it was like $5 a month. And I basically took all the verbiage right off of Piphany's back office and things that they already had out there. I put it together. And then I also put a compensation plan on there. And so when people were first wanting to ask me more information, I would say, hey, take a look at my informational website and then click the link to contact us and I'll set up an appointment. So that way I was, I could, they could get a little bit of information and reach out to me. Now when people reach out to me through all the different outlets I'm on, I just usually just book an appointment and talk to them. So if you want to look at what my informational website looks like, it is called signmeupamos.com. So you can kind of view that. And to me, it's still a small price to pay. I pay for it in the year ahead of time to just leave it up there. And it's a link I can easily just fish and send out and just see what I pull in from that. So the first thing you want to talk about is you want to talk about the $199 fee. So I'm going to basically do my spiel for you. Okay. So when someone calls me up, I'll be like, hello. And I'll say, so let me tell you a little bit about the Piphany Opportunity. You are the face of a drop ship company, and you can do this business anywhere from hobbyist all the way to full-on entrepreneur and anything in between. The sky is the limit. And so to start this journey, it's going to cost you $199. That is a yearly fee. So you can choose to do the short term or long term. And what you get is you get access into our back office. And that's going to have up-to-the-date reporting. There's also going to be up-to-the-date tracking on your commissions and your sales and any team building that you have in there. In addition, you're also going to have access to the media library, which has information about how to get your business started, how to do social media, of course, all the fabric information about all the different fabrics we use, and all the pictures that are currently being used by Piphany, I can also use too, so I don't have to take pictures of any of that stuff. Also, there's access into the actual warehouse where I can sell the clothing without having it in stock. So I'm able to invoice people through their point of sale system, showcase all the clothes and see all the clothes there. And again, all those pictures are available to me that I can use on my social media outlets as well as right on Facebook. In addition, I'm also able to buy all the inventory wholesale for myself or anything I want to sell out of my home, whether I'm doing a mobile boutique, in-person pop-ups, or having people come to my house. I'm able to buy that wholesale. And then my favorite part about this back office, besides all the reporting and all the extra features that we get, is the Contact Us Now button. As a stylist, sometimes I struggle with things throughout the day. Customers have questions. I have questions. There's a little Contact Us button. I just click on that, and I'm able to get a live operator doing mountain business hours only, and I'm able to actually talk to somebody, and she can actually help me with multiple things at that time. So I love that I don't have to stop my busy day to call and wait on hold. I don't have to wait for an email. I can literally talk to someone real time. So that is what the $200 is going to get them. So what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to sell how much she's getting, okay? Now, part two, what I talk about. How this business works, it works on, again, I am the face of a dropship company. So my job is to bring customers to the clothing. Piphany is going to ship it for free. They're also going to handle all the customer returns for me, as well as retaining all the sales tax and paying all sales tax on customers' orders on my behalf to the various states that I sell to. So I love that I don't have to really do anything except for invoice and make sure I bring customers to the close. So how it works is every month we have a guarantee of 10 new styles. I hear about them every Monday, and then I am able to purchase them if I want to bring them into my store. And I'm able to purchase a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 7. I then can in turn sell those samples directly to my customers, making full commission on that. I love that I'm able to buy a sampling at wholesale pricing. They also send me a coupon code so that I get discount shipping on that. And remember, all the shipping costs that come with this business are costs of my business, so I'm able to write them off for my taxes. I love that I get first dibs. That means I get to pick the black. I get to pick the polka dots. I get to pick the hottest prints around and guaranteed have the hottest items in my home. So I love that I have full control of my business and what comes into my house. And I love that there's a guarantee, and my customers know that there's a guarantee of 10 new styles a month. So there's always something new and fresh for everybody. They also carry sizes extra small to 3X, which is the majority of women on the planet. So now I have a wide range of women I can sell to. I love that. Now, why did I just talk about it? I wanted to talk about the guarantee. I kept mentioning the guarantee because I wanted people to realize, no matter if they're coming from another direct sales company, even if it's a clothing direct sales company, or if they're brand new, people love to hear that they have a guarantee of things, and people like to hear that they have control of things. So those are keywords that I always try to put in there to really let them know that they ultimately have control of their business. It's really, really important. So after I talk about the sampling program, I also talk about there's also, I also have access to the entire inventory that currently is in the warehouse. So it doesn't matter if it's something that was launched a few months ago or last week, I can always still sell that to my customers. So that's where you're going to find the jeggings and the shirts, the layering pieces. Also want to remind you that we are seasonally based. So it's very common for you to see some spring and summer styles, and then of course fall styles, phasing in, and summer styles phasing out. So I love that my clothing is seasonal appropriate, but there's also something still available. Although it's not necessarily the newest style, it's still available for someone who is in a warmer climate. So I'm still able to sell tank top dresses right now in September, even though here me in Maine, I'm looking forward to the long sleeves. I can still have a short sleeve and summer vibe for my women who are across the country. I also mentioned that our commission plan is based on structure. So I'm going to pause while I'm talking. Usually at this time, for myself, bring up the commission plan, which I'm going to now have to bring up because I don't have it handy.
Just close the doors up here.
Okay. Close this. Isn't it on your desktop?
No, I think I closed it.
No, right there, comp plan. Okay. So I usually bring up the comp plan so that I can really have it right hand. Now she doesn't have it. And so now I say, we're going to talk about how you make money and the compensation plan. Now, when we are done with this conversation, I'm going to send you an email. It's going to have the policies and procedures of Piphany. It's also going to have this comp plan for you to review. I want you to review this, and if you have a list of questions, I'd love to have a follow-up conversation with you and answer those questions for you. And of course, in this email will also be my direct links. You can sign up with me. Okay? That's what I'm going to tell her. So when I go into the compensation plan, this is how it sounds. So we are paid on a commission base, and we are paid a sliding scale. No matter how many pieces you sell through the retail carousel, you will always make a base commission of 25%. If you sell 21 to 50 pieces, you will make 27.5. If you sell 51 to 100 pieces in a month, you will earn a 30% commission. If you sell 101 to 200 pieces, that's 32.5. And anything over 200 pieces is 35%. Now that may seem low, but that's actually industry standards. I also want you to keep in mind, you are only having to invoice. You don't have to have any of the inventory risk in your house. And Piphany is doing all the work of customer retention, handling customer damages and returns, as well as shipping out all the pieces for you. So it's really freeing up a lot of time. So that's minimal effort with maximum dollars. Now I tell them, in order to stay active and be considered an active stylist, you would need to move 10 articles of clothing. That's called personal volume. Those 10 pieces of article of clothing could be a combination of something you bought from the wholesale, which is currently in the warehouse, something you buy from our new sample program, or something that you are selling through the retail carousel. So anywhere in there, as long as 10 article movement has happened, you will be considered an active stylist. Now, there is a fee to run your back office for you and having the live operator on standby for you. It's $29. In order to not be hit with that $29, I, as your mentor, am going to coach you on making sure that you sell at least 21 pieces a month. The reason I say 21 is because 20 pieces through the carousel for an entire 30-day period is going to waive that fee. But if you were to just sell one more piece, you would earn 27.5% commission. So when you are pitching this, I always aim for 21. The reason I say 21 is because I want to show her that it's a small amount. One more piece gets her to a higher percentage. She's going to sell 20 anyways and only make 25. Why not have her sell 21 and make 27.5%? So you're already proving that your leadership is showing her that you're going to help her become active. You're going to help her maintain active status. And you're going to help her move 21 pieces so that she can make a little bit more. Okay. Then I start talking about if, because it's so early on in the company, you are naturally probably going to have a team. And if you don't believe me, check out our retailer map. See how many people are selling Piphany in your area. Keep in mind that some of those consultants may not even be active anymore because Piphany did buy out Honey and Lace. And some of those consultants were on the map prior to Piphany buying it. So either way, it's still really, really early on in the company. And if you get yourself on that map, which I totally recommend, you will be an authority figure automatically in your area. And usually some of the first girls in an area tend to be the ones with the biggest teams. And you do not have to have a team, but I will let you know that that is something that may happen in the course of your career with Piphany because of how early you are on. So there is even more commission to make if you start having a team. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So once you've figured out how to move, 20 pieces a month so that you are staying active and not having that fee hit you every month, you will become an advanced stylist. So moving 20 pieces, and you can have one direct person under you, okay? Now the next step is senior stylist. And all you have to do for that is actually learn to sell 30 pieces of clothes a month. So that's going to be really, really easy. Joe, does that sound good so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're still going to keep that one girl. So you started being active at 10, and I'm going to coach you to be active at 20. And then you're going to naturally get a girl. So imagine you sign up your best friend. Then the next tier is you only have to move 10 more pieces. 10 more pieces. And by that time, you're going to learn to navigate that. And those 30 pieces, part of that 30 pieces will be the things that you buy for yourself. It's just article movement on that point, okay? And again, you still have the same stylist. So by just learning to move out 30 pieces, you will be able to earn 4% off of the girl who signed up below you. So imagine for a moment that you are selling 30 pieces for the month and your best friend has signed up and she's also selling 30 pieces for the month. You're going to earn 4% off of her sales. In addition, because you're at the 30% mark, you are 30 piece mark, you're going to earn 27.5% commission off of your own sales. And you didn't have to do any shipping for that. Okay?
Only on retail sales.
Only on retail sales. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, if your best friend happens to sign up her sister, you'd actually be able to earn 2% off of that girl below her. So that's you moving 30 pieces with a total of 3 people on your team. It's you, your best friend, and her sister. You are now able to earn 4% off of your first leg and 2% off of your second leg. Okay? Now I tell her that the next tier is called fashion leader. On this tier, you are only moving 30 pieces, which you still did from the last tier, so that has not changed. But now you're able to have 2 direct legs. So your best friend and your neighbor have now signed up. You are going to be able to earn 5% off of both of them. So your commissions have gone up on your team. With minimal effort, you are now going to earn 5% off of your 2 ladies, and you are also going to be able to now earn 3% off of anybody that's below them. And your whole team volume, you need to have 100%, 100 pieces of article movement. So that means between yourself, your 2 girls, and anybody below them, you're going to have a total of 100 pieces that need to be sold. Super, super attainable when you break it down per person. Okay? The next step is going to be senior fashion leader. Again, you only have to move 30 pieces. Okay, but now you're allowed to have 4 direct stylists, and you are able to earn 7% off all 4, 4% off of your second leg, and then 2% off of your third leg. So now she really is seeing that this is not a sales business. She does not have to move lots and lots of inventory. What she really needs to do is concentrate on the team building, because she's able to earn a lot more money off of the teams below her. And because she's continuously moving those 30 pieces, she's able to earn that 27 and a half just off of herself. And that's anything moving through the retail carousel. Okay. I kind of go into that. I kind of say, like, this, as you can see, this is really not really a sales business. It's a team building business with minimal effort, yada, yada, yada. Then I will go into, I'll tell her, when you see the commission plan, this is going to make a lot of sense to you. But I also want you to notice that these are very small steps to always go a little bit higher in your team building career. And now we're going to start talking about the executive level. The executive level is going to be in darker blue. I'm really only going to focus on one of these because I think this one is really pivotal. It's called fashion director. At the executive level, the entry of the executive level is the bottom tier of the executive level. You only have to move 20 pieces a month with a total of 8 stylists. And you will be able to earn 7% off of your first line, 5% off of your second, 3% off of the third line, and 3% off of your fourth line. And this will also be the first time you'll earn generational bonuses up to 2%. But the most important thing is that if you are still selling, let's just say you've always been selling 30 pieces and you're still selling 30 pieces, you are still going to make your commission 27 and a half. But let's just say you were able to actually move 51 pieces because you've been selling now so often, and your business is starting to really steamroll here. You can actually, if you were to sell 51 pieces, instead of just making 30%, you'd actually be able to make 34%. If you were able to move 101 to 200 pieces, you would earn 37.5%. And if you can move over 200 pieces, you've increased your 35% commission at the base sales level. Fashion directors get 41% for moving over 200 pieces. So you are now in a position where you are earning more commission for the same amount of effort that you are selling. So I love that. And there's 2 more tiers above fashion director. And when you're at the executive level, you will actually be able to earn senior fashion director and executive fashion director, which are our 2 highest levels, will actually earn 50% commission if they're moving over 200 pieces. So that's pretty much all I get into it. And the reason I talk step by step is I want her to look, steps sound small, sounds attainable. And what happens is after talking about it, and I tell her, at the highest level, you only have to move 2 to 10 articles a month. They really get to see that this is more about teams and not about sales. So I love that. I also talk to them about how they get paid. So let's talk about how we get paid. Every day that you are selling, you are going to have an e-wallet in your back office, and your money is going to accumulate there. And it's up to you to either transfer onto the Piphany debit card that will be sent to you after you sign up, about 7 to 10 business days. Or you can link up your bank and have your money sent over to your bank. There'll be a 50-cent charge for every time you send the transaction over to your bank. So your money's going to accumulate there for about 2 weeks until you get your business card. And once you have your business card, that's a Visa debit. You can use it wherever you want to, and you have real access to your money. So as long as you're moving pieces every day, you're going to get paid a base. No matter how many pieces you sell a month, you will always get paid a base of 25%. Now, if you sell all month long, and let's say you happen to sell over 200 pieces, you're selling all month long in the month of September. Come October 15th, they're going to look back at September. They're going to realize you sold over 200 pieces, and Piphany still owes you 10%. So what they're going to do is give you a cumulative total of the 10% that is owed to you. So that's going to be like one lump sum. So that's usually a bigger check. That's going to be something that is going to be a little bit more substantial. You to sock away, pay a car payment, mortgage payment. The reason I say things like that is because you want her to start thinking about, okay, she's making money, a little bit of money every day, but she's going to get the big check in the middle of the month. When are most people broke? The middle of the month. On top of that, hopefully that check will be significant enough that she really could make a mortgage payment or a credit card payment or pay off a student loan. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to help her start realizing she can start making money with minimal effort, and that's the way to do it. I've gone over, how the sample program works a little bit. I've talked about the commission. I've talked about how she's going to make money every day. I've talked about her payment. So usually at this point, I say, I go and kind of do like a synopsis. So usually I say, you know, the beauty of this business is you can really make it your own. If you are somebody who wants to not have to deal with shipping, you're, you know, you're participating in the sample program. People are seeing you in the wardrobe. You're wearing it. You're getting at wholesale cost. You're selling your pieces. You know, this is going to be really, really easy with minimal effort. Also, the beautiful thing about Piphany is there's two ways to sell. You can earn commissions, 25 to 30%, 35% with the addition of having teams all the way up to 50%. You can make that money through selling through the retail carousel. But there's a whole side business that I want to tell you a little bit about. If you are someone who wants to have a local business, you want to have someone come into your house, you want to go into people's houses, you want to have a mobile boutique. If you are taking that inventory risk on yourself, you are able to hand pick your inventory, pick the sizes, styles, and prints that come into your store, and you will be able to make full commission. You don't have to wait for the payment structure to kick in. You can make full commission because you are taking the risk on yourself and you are doing a face-to-face business. And all of these things will be run through the point of sale system to keep track of for you. When I tell her that, that kind of says, oh, I didn't realize that. And it kind of piques their interest. And the reason I'm saying vendor events, in-home boutique, mobile boutique is because you don't know where she comes from. You don't know if she came from a direct sales business. You don't know if she wants to work this business on the road. And I want to kind of lead up to like, this business is totally location independent. You could work from the road. You literally could work while traveling the country. You want to set up as many ideas as possible so that there's something that she can kind of cling to and be like, oh yes. So at this point, I would say, okay, so I've talked you through how we're going to make money, how you're going to make money. I've talked through you how I'm going to help lead you through that a little bit. I've talked about all the different, fees, $199 to sign up. We're going to make sure that you're over 20 pieces so that you don't get hit with a $29 fee. There is a 50-cent transaction fee for when you have your money hit your bank. So obviously you might want to build that up. When it hits $100 or $200, that's when you transfer over. As far as shipping cost, when you are buying samples, you will always get a discount shipping code so that it's not going to cost you the full amount of shipping. You can write that off. Then I say the only other fee is when you're ordering things from the normal warehouse, the wholesale inventory, anything that's kind of like older merchandise, or whether you're ordering it for yourself, you're ordering it for your customer, you're ordering it to keep it in your house, you're going to get paid shipping. So how that works is if you are buying $1 up to $299 worth of wholesale inventory at wholesale pricing, you're going to be charged $29 for shipping. So normally I try to have my ladies buy in quantities of 10, so that way they're really maximizing the amount of money for that $29. So play around with the numbers and figure out what you can do. Just don't get stuck ordering only 2 pieces and paying $29 for shipping. That's a lot for that. If you order $300 to $599, it's a $39 shipping fee, and anything over $600 is a $49. And say, you're not really, usually that cost comes into play when you order your initial inventory. I encourage you to order your initial inventory if you can, because you need to be an authority figure in your business. You're going to need to know how things fit, how they stretch, and what fabric feels like. And the only way to know that is to actually have some clothes on hand. Not to mention, you want to wear the clothes to work, in church, in your life, and out with the girls, because you want people to ask you about the clothes. The only way they're going to ask you about the clothes, the only way you take pictures is to wear the clothes. So I really encourage you, after you sign up for that $200, if you have the funds available, it would be really great to just order 10 pieces for yourself to try on and to start learning and showcasing the pieces. And by doing that, you'll already be considered active. So that's usually how I kind of end that. And then I say, okay, I'm going to send you an email. It's going to, again, have the compensation plan, policies and procedures, and my direct link. If you have any questions, let's talk about it. And it was great talking to you. And that's kind of how I end it. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea about how I do it. And I stumble, right? I stumble. If they ask me questions, I try to answer them. Anything I can't answer, I say, let me write that down. I'll get back to you, right? And that phone conversation is usually about 30 minutes. And then I really try to nip it in the bud and send them the information. And then I usually try to follow back with her a few days later if I haven't heard from her or she hasn't signed up. So that's how you talk about it. So I want you guys to get comfortable. And remember, if you can't, you can always do it with me. And I think it's never too early to really understand the compensation plan. So Joe, I'm going to have my husband do a video about the compensation plan because as you see, numbers like are not my bag. And I want to make sure that everybody really understands that. I want to make sure you understand that monthly personal volume is anything leaving the Piphany warehouse. So whether it's a sample program, pieces that are coming into your house through the wholesale carousel, or anything that you are selling directly to a customer, like in Piphany, you're going to invoice them and Piphany's going to send it. So retail carousel, that's article movement. That's considered personal volume. Anything that you sell through the retail carousel is what you're going to earn commissions. So if you buy 100 pieces to bring into your house, you will not be paid commissions on that. You are going to need to sell that face-to-face or invoice customers, and that leaves your house and you package it and mail it. That's when you earn full commission. But if you sell 100 pieces and you've invoiced them and Piphany's shipping all of those out, you never touch that. That's retail sales. That's when you would earn 100 pieces, going to earn you 30%. So hopefully you guys kind of understand that. Also, direct active stylist, what does that mean? That means somebody you have actually enrolled personally under you. They're going to be somewhere in your 4 lines. They're going to be direct to you, okay? Also, you need to pay attention to active legs and team structure. You need to make sure, it doesn't matter if you're selling 30 pieces and your 2 girls are selling 30 pieces. If your team volume is not at the different tiers, 50, 75, 100, 300, you will not earn your bonus. Your women need to be active. I say women, but men can do this too. So your team needs to be active and they need to meet those requirements collectively. So at Fashion Leader, if you were selling 30 pieces and you had 2 girls under you, one other girl has to sell 30. That puts you at 60. That means another person on your team needs to sell 40 pieces in order for you to earn your 5% commission off of them. Okay, so make sure you are understanding team volume. Generational bonuses is a little bit confusing. Just want to go there. You don't hit that till Fashion Director, but what that is you will earn on Fashion Director leg, you will earn 2% commission on all the generations below you. Basically, every Fashion Director in one line is a new generation. So if you are the head stylist and you have 4 ladies under you, so there's a total of 5 of you, right? And this woman's a Fashion Director, her entire team, you're going to earn 2%. If her direct is a Fashion Director, everybody under her line is going to earn, you're going to earn 2.5% when you get to Senior Fashion Director. And when you get to Executive Fashion Director, if there's a 3 down is a Fashion Director and you are Executive Fashion Director, you'll earn 3%, 3%, 3%. That's kind of how that works. It's a little bit confusing, but that's basically every Fashion Director in your line becomes a new generation. And that means a Fashion Director, she has to have at least, 16 or more girls. So that's money you're earning on that whole team. It's really, really big. There's a lot of money to be made here. So really, really, really push the opportunity because it is so new. It is so new. And if you're actively teaching them the Style Ambassador and I'm teaching them the Style Ambassador and you understand how that works, that is literally a way that they can make money really fast. They can make full commission, right, with minimal effort and still be building a team and still stay active. So that's really, really amazing. And of course, the goal is to always make sure that they're pushing pieces through the retail carousel because that's how they're going to earn additional commissions, 25 to 35%, up to 50% if they have a team. If you have any questions about the commission plan, which I think you probably will, comment below the video and I'll do my best to have me or Joe answer them for you. Thanks for watching.